This event is, as you know, entitled Your Life in Pictures. But of course you had another life, a hugely successful career before you got to the pictures, which was in theatre. How actively did you pursue a career in pictures, or was it an accidental sidestep?
Film, I think if you're in any way interested in doing film in this country, certainly 30 years ago, it seemed an impossible path to take. And then of course, theatre became my home. And for 15 years, that's what I did. And then gradually I came back to the possibility of doing movies, mainly because at that time there were fellow theatre directors who had made that step. The Ken Branaghs and the Nick Heitners and the Roger Michels and the Danny Boyles were all directing theatre in the early 90s. And they showed that it was possible to do that.
Esto no es un matrimonio.
No ha sido un matrimonio desde hace años, pero tú eras feliz mientras yo me mantuviera callado.
Kevin Spacey tells a great story about the very first day's shoot on this film and how you got to the end of it and decided it was all rubbish and everything except the script did not work, so you made them do it all over again.
It was very clear to me that I'd actually been lucky in a way because everything about it was wrong. The costumes were a little broad, performances were over the top, the framing was very stiff. I hadn't directed the background properly. In fact, they said, how do you think it's going? And I said, I've got to be honest, I really don't think it's right. Both days, it was the first 2 days, and can you let me do it again, please? They were slightly taken aback, but I think that after that, they knew I was so adamant about what it was, it clarified what I was trying to do. And from then on, it got increasingly better, I think. After a couple of weeks, I hit my stride.
Eres un marine. Aquí no hay libertad de expresión que valga. Debes responder por todo lo que digas.
Tell us about Jarhead.
I've always challenged myself to do each movie different from the last, and the only time I've not adhered to that rule is doing 2 Bond movies back to back. But it was a very trickily timed film. But it was also for me an opportunity to throw out everything I'd done in the first 2 movies. I didn't want a storyboard, I didn't want the camera to stand still, I wanted to shoot it handheld. I had a new cinematographer, Roger Deakins. We were often shooting on 2 cameras, and I wanted a freedom in front of camera to take away some of the stiffness and some of the formality that I felt making the previous 2 films. So I threw out the rule book, if you like, and started again.
Tell us about the process of you getting involved with Bond, because it just seems so unlikely.
My way in was Daniel. I mean, I've never made any secret of that. Daniel I cast in Road to Perdition. I'd known him for 10, 15 years. He just made Quantum of Solace, and I said, so who's going to do the next one? And he said, I don't know, why don't you do it? 2,500 people working in tandem at the same time is a really big high for a director. God. When everyone gets it right, it's very exhilarating. And it's not just for the director, for the crew as well. You have people who've been on crews for 40 years, who've made 14 Bond movies saying, I've never seen anything like this.
How do you navigate the kind of your own vision when you've got all those kind of potentially opposing views on the other side?
The only person, and I truly believe this, certainly with a big film, who has the whole film or some version of the whole film in his head is the director. It's a pretty amazing job to have, and it's a very, very wonderful privilege to be able to do it, and to know that an audience will also come and see it too.
Thank you so much, Sam Mendes.